What is going on, y'all? We're here for episode six of the Mission Jimpossible podcast. Appreciate you guys being with me. Thank you for joining on YouTube, or if you listen to the audio, thank you for joining on the podcast channel. Just wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about something. I actually think this is a very important distinction for people to make about their lives and about success. And that is, you are your word. I'll say that again. You are your word. Like, you literally are your word. And this comes into play from many different angles. I mean, you're your word because you need to be careful about what you're speaking and the words you're choosing to use, number one. That comes into play with not using words like can't or try or luck. Words that they don't necessarily serve you and they don't necessarily put you in a positive frame of mind. I used to do these workouts a while ago where the instructor said, never say can't, say I presently struggle with. Try, there's a bunch of different phrases you can use: working on, attempting, my goal is to, luck. You can say fortunate or say another derivative of that, but saying that you're lucky, or saying that you're trying, let's go to that one. Saying that you're trying means you've got one foot out, like one foot's out the door, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay. Like, oh, I just tried it. Yoda, my little Yoda guy, I got him here in the office. Yoda was famous for saying, do or do not. There is no try. So you're either doing it or you're not. You're not trying. There's no dabbling. I actually just started a book that mentions a personality type called the dabbler. I haven't dove into yet what exactly that is, but I'm imagining it's going to be something along those lines, because you shouldn't be dabbling in this life. I mean, we only get one go at it anyway, so why are you going to try something? Either do it or don't. Give it your best effort. If it doesn't work out, you failed forward. And that's another thing too, fail. Fail is another word that it's gotten so much hate, and I don't want to say hate, but it's gotten so much power in our society, and people kind of view them as opposites. Like, you're either succeeding or you're failing. Well, hate to break it to you, but failure is part of the journey to success. They're not separate. They're not mutually exclusive. Like, they're one and the same. If you're not failing, you're not attempting anything. And if you're not attempting anything, how can you expect to succeed? So choosing your words are very important. The other thing that I said before, and I'll say again, that we'll get into on later podcasts, is law of attraction. And if you're not familiar with law of attraction, you can get a very basic knowledge of it just by Googling or watching The Secret. I think I've mentioned that before, but you're your word in that aspect, because you can literally speak things into existence. I mean, if you focus on what you want and speak it out into the universe and before God, that stuff comes true. You have that power. You have the power to create in that manner. So it's important in that respect too. The third way that it's important, and that I want you guys all to understand, is for self-confidence. See, for a long time, I, like many other people, felt that self-confidence was this myth. It was like an elusive target. Like, what is self-confidence? How do you get it? I mean, for a long time, I thought you were either born a confident person or you weren't. Like, it wasn't anything you could learn. You just were given the God-given gift of confidence. Or when you were younger, your parents told you were, the greatest thing on God's green earth so many times that you just believed it as you got older, and you just took that confidence with you, and other people just didn't have it. Well, in my study of success and my comeback journey, and I've been studying success for 5, 6 years, maybe even 7 years, but the comeback really just started this year. So I have a little bit of a background in it, but I'm just now getting back to doing the things I should be doing and reading the things I should be reading. So that's why you guys have been seeing me talk about Comeback 2021 on Instagram. And if you're not following me there, it's at Jim_Iorio, IORIO. So the comeback thing's relatively new, but I've been studying success for a while. And since I've been studying success and reading some of the thought leaders and mentors in the game, I've discovered that confidence is something that you can for sure 100% learn and teach yourself. It's a skill, and it all folds back into your words and watching your words, watching what you say. And we went over why that pertains to the other areas, but the reason that that's so important to your self-confidence is because here is the simplest, most direct, to the point definition I've heard of self-confidence ever, really. And it's the most implementable too. So once you hear this, you're going to be like, your mind's going to be blown. But it's going to be awesome because it's going to enable you to build your self-confidence right away. So here we go. Self-confidence is keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Okay? I'll say it again. Self-confidence is keeping the promises that you make to yourself. That's it. It's really that simple. And it could start as simple as saying you're going to wake up a certain time, saying you're going to go to the gym, saying you're going to start your day by making your bed every day, or, I don't know, saying you're going to follow a certain diet. Or I'll do you one better. Saying I'm going to drink a 16-ounce glass of cold water when I wake up every day. How easy is it to do that? Anybody can commit to waking up, filling a glass of water, chugging it, and then going on about your day. It's not earth-shattering. And doing that over time builds your self-confidence. Having the thought that you want to do it and having the thought that you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to commit to doing that, and then actually doing it over and over again, you're building your self-confidence brick by brick. Then maybe after 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks, you bring in something else. Like, all right, I got the water thing down pat, been doing that. Maybe I'll wake up early now. Or maybe I will, start to go to the gym. Or maybe I will walk around the block, and just build up positive habits. Jesse Itzler, I don't know if you follow him. He's a great follow on Instagram. He talks about introducing one new habit into your life every month of the year. So by the end of the year, you've established 12 new habits. Just think if you did that. And all of them could be equally as small as just drinking water every morning. Like, if you stay true to your word, implement one new habit every month, and stick to it, think about the person you'll be by the end of the year. And that goes into the compound effect too. Like, if you in January start with habit number 1, by June, July, you've built up 6 or 7 habits. And, once you go from January to February, you keep that January habit going. So once you're in June or July, you've got 6 or 7 new habits that you're doing all of them every single day. Fast forward to November, December, you've got 11, 12 habits that you're doing every single one every day. Think about the different person you'd be. Like, it's not rocket science, but it takes work. There's no fancy system or a magic pill. It just takes you committing to the decision and then putting in the work. I heard today, this was an amazing takeaway I had, and I'll probably do another podcast just on this concept, but so many people make decisions and then they don't take the time to manage those decisions. So many people make decisions and they don't take the time to manage those decisions. So like people will make the decision to be successful, like I want to be an actress, or I want to be a millionaire, or I want to be a speaker, let's say. They don't take the effort, or they don't put in the effort required to manage that decision every day. So like when this amazing lady on the call this morning brought this up, she was saying like write down 5 things that those people would do and just do that every day. So if you want to be an actor or an actress, write down the 5 things that those people would be doing every day. You want to be a speaker, you have to speak. You have to get your face in front of a camera. Another mentor of mine said, if you want your life to be a movie, you have to get in front of the camera. So if that's what you want, if you want success, figure out the type of success you want, number one, that you're deciding to obtain it in your life. And once you decide that, figure out 5 things that those people would do and just do that. Stay true to your word. I mean, look, I'll be completely candid with you guys. It's 11:25 p.m. right now on a Friday. That's why the lighting in this podcast is different, because the studio is back there. You could see it right there, but I had a different setup because I needed to get this out. Thursday night, last night, when I went to bed, when I laid my head down on the pillow, I said, all right, tomorrow you have to do this, this, and this, and you have to record a podcast episode. Well, the day came and went. Truth be told, I gave too much of my time to a phone call that I probably should have limited. And it just got my schedule out of whack, and I didn't record the podcast. But I said, you know what, Jim? You can either do this thing and stay true to your word, record the episode like you said you were going to do, fulfill your dreams, get closer to your dreams, or you can go to sleep with them and not chase them. So that was my decision. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love putting out information for you guys. I love doing the podcast, but it's 11:26 at night. I just worked a shift delivering pizza as like my nighttime job. Some of you that follow me on Instagram know I have that job. Some of you watching this may not, but yes, right now, as part of Comeback 2021, I'm delivering pizza at night. And it's not easy. I'm running around all night, and then once I'm done with my last delivery, tonight was a little bit different, thankfully, but I typically come back and sweep, scrub, squeegee, and mop the entire kitchen floor in the back of the restaurant. So do I want to be in bed right now? Yeah, 100%, absolutely. But I made a commitment. I said to myself that I was putting the podcast episode out today. On Friday, I was recording it. My commitment was, I'm doing this podcast, number one, bringing value to my audience, and I am going to release an episode and record the next episode every Friday. That's why we're here. Could I put it off till tomorrow? Sure. Is that going to get me where I want to go? Probably not. Actually, definitely not. Because once you start procrastinating on one thing, isn't it a little bit easier to procrastinate on other things? And we see this. Like, think about all the times, and I said this on an Instagram Live the other day. Think about all the times that you've committed to do something and you told yourself, all right, I'm going to be up at 6 a.m. I'm going to be up at 6 a.m. I'm going to hit the gym and I am going to get a workout in, and this is it. This is the day. Tomorrow's the day. I'm going to turn things around. Well, tomorrow comes, you wake up, it's early, maybe you got to bed a little bit later, maybe you're not used to waking up that early. You hit the snooze button and you stay in bed till 8. Well, you roll over and say, oh, well, it's 8 o'clock now. It's already a little too late to get my workout in. Guess I can't do that today. And then it snowballs. All the commitments you made to yourself are now going out the window. And you feel that. But the thing is, I think we're so used to doing it as a society that we don't actually take the minute or two to actually feel it and say, oh, I'm starting to feel like crap. Or in this moment that I'm realizing I'm not going to live up to my commitment, I feel like crap. I think we're so used to saying things just randomly that we want to do, or commitments that we want to make, or that, oh yeah, I'm going to do this for myself, and then it not happening, that we just sweep it under the rug. Oh, tomorrow's another day. I'll do it another day. But when that happens, you do actually feel that twinge of your self confidence waning, of your self confidence dwindling. But it happens so often now that it's just kind of swept under the rug and people don't even pay it any attention. And before you know it, you're wondering why you feel the way you do, why you're depressed or in a low mood and not getting the things you want out of life. And it could be a number of things, but chances are these are one of the main culprits. And I'm not saying this to be harsh. I've been there. I've been the person that does this. For the longest time, I, I sold myself on the story that I was just someone that couldn't get up early. I just couldn't do it. And finally, at one point, I just decided, you know what? Enough is enough. Like, there's no magic pill. Again, there's no magic formula. If you say you're going to do things, just do them. There's no way to make it easier. So I committed to it. I started getting up early, started getting up at 5, dialed it back to 4:45 this year. Are there days where I don't? Yes. I mean, I'm human. I'm a work in progress. I'm not a robot. And I am a believer in sleep. So, like, if there's days where I run a little bit late and only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I'll try to push it sometimes, but I don't like to run on that little sleep because I don't think it's good for you. So I like to get a 7 to 8 hours, maybe 9 hours if I can squeeze it in. But yeah, it's, you know, I flipped that switch and I made it happen because I just finally said enough's enough and I'm going to do it. There's no magic pill. I'm just going to do it. So I think once you get to that point, you guys will see results start to pour in. And that's the beauty of this going over this, is now you realize what it takes. And in the moment that you realize that you've been letting yourself down in your commitments, you don't need to beat yourself up about it. It's okay. You know, I told you the whole story about waking up early to let you know I've been there. But now, what do you do next? So knowing that you may have been letting yourself down on those commitments, start over. Make a new commitment tomorrow, or make the same commitment tomorrow, but tell yourself for darn sure that you're going to get up and do what you said you're going to do. So that's it for me. Mission Jimpossible late night edition. I appreciate you guys listening to this or watching this on YouTube. And again, you are your word. So be careful about what you commit to and honor those commitments, because ultimately that's going to leave you with the self-confidence you want, leave you feeling positive, leave you feeling happy, and push you further along down the road to success and push you further along towards your goals. Love you guys. Appreciate you stopping by again. And remember, as always, if your mind ain't right, your game ain't tight. See ya.